YouTube Live or Zoom?
YouTube Live.
Good. So I could get on too then.
Mm-hmm.
And I could be tracking the questions.
Okay. Well, no. Remember, we're not enabling chat.
Oh, you're not?
They're just going to come through the contact us website. That way, there's not a lot of back and forth. It's just they ask questions and then we answer them.
Oh. So is there a way of me getting on that then? Or just you?
You could go to my email.
But I think email, two people can't be on this one email, can they?
Yeah, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I don't think so.
Yeah, okay, then that's fine then. I need to look up the exterminator.
Okay. I'm posting the link. So from here on out, we're live, Jaw.
Okay. Do people know where to go?
That's what I'm posting right now.
Email me?
Nope. Just go to the website. It'll be all there.
What website? SATO48.com?
Yes.
No video available.
You don't. Did you go to the website and pick up the link that's there?
Yeah, I copied and pasted it. That's what I'm supposed to do, right? Because it's not a link.
No. It is a link. It starts with HTTPS.
Yeah, it's not a link. I can go to
Well,
register
you
now,
can't.
it's a
No,
link.
it's not. Oh, you're not. You're right. It's not a link. I have to turn into a link. Hey.
It's not a link. So how is anyone going to be hearing that? But don't be telling me things then. Admit to something that you did wrong.
We're live now, you know.
It's still not a link.
I'm fixing it. Okay, now it's a link.
I forgot to put this one. Shouldn't be used at all. Can we just use something else now instead of this? Because I don't have Hawk's logo on it. about just the Ola one? I would much rather save that for kickoff premiere.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Q&A live stream. We will officially start at 7 o'clock. Thanks for being here. Again, if you have questions, send them via the contact portion of the website, SATO48.com.
So as far as you know, the illustrator.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Q&A live stream. We will officially start at 7 o'clock. Thanks for being here.
So as far as you
Again,
know.
if you have questions, send them via the contact portion of the website, SATO48.com.
As far as you know, the illustrator, you have to download it though, right? I don't have it on my computer. There's no one on it, so if we're talking about it, at least people will know we're on it.
There was a question about the link, and I'm going to test it now. There was a question about the link, and I'm going to test it now. Test it now. We'll be starting in about 6 minutes. Thanks.
Try practicing not to say and.
We'll be starting in about 6 minutes. Thanks. We'll be starting in 3 minutes. Again, if you have questions, please send them to us via the contact page on the website, SATO48.com. We'll be starting in 3 minutes. Again, if you have questions, please send them to us via the contact page on the website, SATO48.com. Q&A live stream, SATO48-2020, will begin in 1 minute. Q&A live stream, SATO48-2020, will begin in 1 minute. Hey everyone, welcome to Q&A live stream SATO48-2020. We're glad you're here and we're anxious to answer all your questions. We want to start with the major question, is SATO48-2020 happening this year? It absolutely is going on. The show must go on, as we've said numerous times in numerous places. Now, one of the first responses we got to this Q&A was from a filmmaker with concerns about the fairness of the event as it's currently unfolding. He was concerned about whether or not some filmmakers would go around the rules and shoot in numerous places where there were more than one person involved, because we were all largely at a stay-at-home order, especially in Missouri now, at least on the filming weekend. The fact is, every filmmaker, every year, has had to abide by the rules of the community where they live. So it's no different this year. You must abide by the laws and the rules. There was also some concern about filmmakers who have better spaces or better equipment or a better team, and that somehow this was different from other years. It's not. All those things have always been variables with SATO48, but what doesn't change is the talent and the creativity and the commitment of your team to make the best short film possible. For example, certain years it has snowed on some teams because of where they lived and not on others. Was that fair? Not necessarily, but it didn't really affect the filmmaking in terms of the creativity and the commitment. And that's another thing that's going on this year, is the commitment to doing something creative. Now, Springfield and the Ozarks 48-Hour Film Challenge has the word challenge in the title. It's just that this year, that's really in all caps. But again, it's a challenge for everyone. So our motto here is, if it's equally unfair, then it's fair. So we'll set that aside for the duration of SATO 48-2020. We are going on, but it will be differently than planned, but whose life isn't right now and whose event isn't. Now let's go to the first question with some specific aspects. Just bringing that question up here. The first question is, for the music report, do we need to list out all the royalty-free songs that we use in the film? Yes, you absolutely have to list all the royalty-free music that you use in your film. And if so, what if there's more than 5 used? There's a place on your form for overflow information. If you use more than 5 songs, just let us know that the additional songs you use are in the overflow area and answer the questions that are on the music report portion. For digital uploads regarding music, do you still want us to upload royalty-free songs we use? Yes, please upload everything to us. Just be sure that the way you've named the music file is the same way you've described it in the music report so we can compare the two. Just give us a way to match those up. Yes, and when you look at the music report, you'll see there are a variety of boxes that need to be filled in, and those codes are very important, especially now that we have SATO 48, the TV show, in production, so that the broadcaster can know where the music came from and its usage. So follow those instructions on the music report, and if you have questions about specifically after the live stream is over, we can post those as well in the frequently asked questions section. Right. So also, when you're uploading to the uploads page, please use those codes. You can name your file anything you wish that makes sense for you for your filing system, but when you upload, just append that code, 1213, whatever it happens to be, to the front of your file so that we can then see what kind of file that is. Question here. Can a team member film in a safe manner on a street or a nearby park as a location and it be public property, not needing a signature? Now, this one is a little tricky because under the stay-at-home order, only essential travel is allowed. And though I don't agree, I'm joking, making a short film for SATO 48 is not essential travel. So I would say don't go to a public park and film. This is not only against the stay-at-home orders, but it sends the wrong message to everyone else who sees you out and about, and it diminishes the capability of us all being able to work together to turn this situation around. So, in other years, yes, you could shoot in a park and not need a signature, and the Parks Department had very clear rules on their website. But this year, let's avoid that because it's not within the spirit of the stay-at-home order. Next question here on the same email. Would we leave the signature box blank in that case or note it was a public space? So we've sort of answered that. Just for a location, just put not applicable. Or if you're shooting in your own home, be sure we have that address on the location release.
If it's outside, you have to say it's outside.
Right, and if it's outside, say this is my own yard, which we are allowed to go into our own yards. So in terms of scouting locations, look at your own situation as creatively as possible. Maybe there's some parts of your yard that could make a great setting for a film. But yes, do include that on the locations release so that we can know where it was that you were and see that, yes, you had permission, even if it was your own house or apartment. If a scene were to be filmed in a car, would the car need to be listed as a location, or would it not matter where the car is? You don't need to list your car as a location, but remember, with a stay-at-home order, you can't be driving around. Now, you can be in your garage in the car and fake the fact that you're moving through some clever use of filmmaking technique. And this is what we're encouraging the filmmakers to do, is start thinking creatively now about how they would fulfill the stay-at-home orders and every other regulation and guideline, not just for safety, but the way we present ourselves to the community, but also do it creatively. Because here's the thing that's going to happen. Jobs are going to come back. We are going to be able to sit across from producers and say, hey, during this crazy, crazy time, I made a short film. I was creative, and here's what I did, and it's going to make a great interview story. You want that.
If it's a garage, a house location, it's still a location.
Yes, and if it's in your garage, that's still a location, so include that on your location list. For digital uploads, if we do not have any storyboards or art created for the film, is it okay to not have those to upload? Of course, this is okay, but in terms of creating a stronger film, you might think about reaching out or putting on Matchup the fact that you're looking for an artist who can do storyboards and bringing that person onto your team remotely, of course. And this is another thing we're encouraging the filmmakers to do is flock to Matchup. Find out in the community who makes posters, who can do opening and closing credits, all these aspects of your film that could elevate its production value, and you can do still remotely. So if you have those skills or if you're looking for those skills, please go to Matchup. Another great use of Matchup is, again, the stay-at-home orders are people that are in the same household are considered a single unit. If you're an editor and you live with an actor, that should go on Matchup. So someone can reach out to you and say, great, this is a double team. I want you on my team. These are the kinds of creative thinking that we're encouraging you to do. So those were those questions from that filmmaker, and I'm checking now to see if any new ones have come in. This might be a very short Q&A, which would be perfectly fine. We do have our team from Sri Lanka on the live stream, so that's exciting. Okay, we have the link to the contact is missing a slash at the end, so when you click it, it just goes to an error. Okay, so let me, I think that maybe in one of the places that we listed the contact page. If you go to the website and click on contact, it will take you to the Contact Us page. So we apologize for a link that's broken, but the quickest way to get to contact us is to go to the website, SATO48.com. In the upper right-hand corner, you'll see the 3 vertical bars, horizontal bars rather. Click on that, click on Contact, and you'll come to the Contact Us page. So we'll give people a few minutes to head over there to ask any questions that they may have. Sorry about the broken link. Thank you, Rajiv. All the way from Sri Lanka, we got that note. That's the great thing about globalization. People can correct you from anywhere in the world. Okay, we have another question. Rajiv is asking, is there a theme this year or will it be open as it has been every year? There will be an inspiration package. That is certain. Every aspect of SATO 48 is going to go forward. It's just the manner and the method of it going forward is what's going to change. So there will be an inspiration package this year, definitely. Another question? This is a great question, and I can tell you in advance, the answer is no. Would you consider relaxing the rules on pre-existing footage, B-roll already owned or shot, or stock footage licensed for this year only? Something that people could use to augment their production in one location. Sorry, that would be against the very essence of the event, which is to make everything within 48 hours. Yes, it's going to be tough. It would be lovely if we could say yes, but we can't, because we want these films to stand out against the background of every other film that's been made for SATO 48 up to the 15th year and all the films going forward. So it needs to be that same strict guideline, and just start thinking now about how you would capture the kind of stock footage that you might want. Now, this goes back to the storytelling aspect. This might be a year where films and filmmakers spend but a large amount of time thinking about their story. Since the production aspects are somewhat challenged, depending on your creativity, let's say, and access to equipment and timing and everything else, but you can start working on that now as well. But story, story, story. What kind of story could we tell with the current situation that we have? So that's something to start thinking about. We have another question here. Right. No, there was a question about whether we're going to turn on live chat for this. We're not. It's just going to be questions through the contact page. So here are some questions from a filmmaker. Will there be a limit to the number of people on the crew due to social gathering restrictions, 10 or less? Now, this is a miscommunication from the authorities. I just read yesterday, one of the leaders from the coronavirus response says 10 or less does not mean you can have a dinner party for 10 or less. That is not what that means at all. And in fact, under stay-at-home orders, you must stay at home. You cannot have people come to your house. This is what we're stressing. You will probably be needing to make these movies with every single member of your team remotely. That's why we've been encouraging you for weeks to start planning and getting yourself comfortable with all the different tools to do it that way. So do not think that you're going to have a friend, a DP come over to your house to help you with the shoot. That would be violating the rules and the guidelines and the laws under which we are all operating. So the answer is no. But you're not limited to the number of people on the crew. They just can't be in the same place unless they are part of that household unit. How will we submit a film if it is uploaded? I am not familiar with this and know that it takes time to upload films to YouTube and would not know how to factor this into the 48-hour deadline. Yes, so here's what you need to do. And we do have a how-to that has been sent to all the registered filmmakers regarding uploading their film. And the way to find out is whoever is going to be uploading the film and on whatever internet connection they're going to be uploading it, see how long it takes to upload half a gigabyte at certain times of the day. And build that into your schedule in the same way that you know how long it's going to take to drive to the location drop-off in previous years. It's no different. You just have to plan for it and build it into your schedule and know that the time for your submission is when the upload finishes, not when it starts. So start making those discoveries now on your own based on whoever's going to be uploading the film, and maybe know of a backup in case their internet connection goes down.
Give another example again. The car starts, and when it gets there, turn it in.
The real world example is, it doesn't matter when you leave for the drop-off location from previous years. What matters is when you arrive and actually hand your film over. That's the equivalent to, it doesn't matter when you start your upload, it's when your upload finishes that you need to be concerned about. What about screenings? I am assuming this will not take place, so how will the premiere of the films be carried out this year? There will be screenings. They will not be in theaters. We don't suspect, well, we know, in fact, that the theaters are going to be closed through the end of April at least, and possibly well into May. So all the screening will be done online, and we've worked out a plan for that, and we'll be sharing those details with you as soon as we can. And know that it will be as similar as we can make it to the screening experience that you have at the Moxie. And another aspect that we'll mention here is the peer review. This is a new element that we're adding this year. It's something that filmmakers have been asking for a long time, is a way to get feedback for their films. So Springfield Regional Arts Council and Community Foundation of the Ozarks was kind enough to help us create a peer review scenario, and we'll be posting how-tos on that as well. It'll be something that you can watch if you're a filmmaker, and then also to give like numerical feedback, but also long form feedback if you wish. We'll get into all those details as soon as we get a little bit closer. Question here, are there going to be safety screenings for the teams to ensure safety for all people participating in these small groups? Well, we've answered that. There aren't going to be any small groups. You are going to be working remotely. Everyone, just plan on everyone working remotely unless 2 members of the team are an established household. That's it.
Follow the CDC rules.
Yes, just follow the CDC rules. I work in healthcare, and the screening steps as follows. Yes, well, those are all great to know, but they don't apply here. Everybody remote. That's why this is going to be such a challenging year and so exciting to see the work that comes out of it.
What was the question?
Is graphic nudity allowed? That's the next question.
Freedom of expression.
Yes, SATO48 is a dogged embracer of the First Amendment. You may make whatever film you want. Now, know that, for example, if a film has an X rating, it won't get advertising space in the New York Times. So there may be consequences in terms of where SATO48 feels comfortable showing your film, although it will be screened. And there may be pushback from different organizations about including it in any kind of roundup or online experience or broadcast experience. But again, those are your creative decisions to make. Where can we find the forms we need to fill and submit? Release forms, digital uploads, etc. So when you registered, you were sent a follow-up email called SATO48-2020 Next Steps. In that email was a link, and you clicked on that link, and that created your team info form. And you access it by putting in your team name and then the password that you created. If you've forgotten your password, there's a password renewal component built into that screen. And at that point, you go in and you'll see every page for filling out your team information, for uploading your film and paperwork. Remember, film and paperwork for submission Sunday by the deadline. Both of those are considered when your team and film is considered whether or not it's on time or not. So film and paperwork. So everything is in that team info form.
So paperwork is digital now?
Right. So going to the paperwork, this year we were very excited about being able to offer you digital signatures where one signature would cover off every single release and form. With the new reality, we've had to alter that a tiny bit. Now, as the producer, if you're willing to release to your team the login information and password, they can access the form and they can scribble their digital signature right there using their computer or any device, and then you'll have it. If, however, you're not comfortable sharing your your password and login information, all you need to do is email each one of your team members a paragraph, which we have included in your welcome package, saying that they agree to all the documents, and they fill in their name. They just type it right in and then email it back to you. You turn that into a PDF, and that is what you upload. So the thing to be sure is, if you have 7 team members listed on your form, make sure you have 7 release signatures, whether they're digitally scribbled on the form itself because you shared the form with them, or you have a reply email from them saying they agree to the terms.
All it says paperwork, but it doesn't mean paperwork, it means documents.
Right. So the term paperwork is a little bit of a holdover. It's all digital at this point. And if, in fact, you do get handwritten signatures, then just scan those in as PDFs, give them the proper code, which are all listed on the uploads page, so we know it all goes together as your submission, and you'll be set. Are team members and crew members allowed to travel in a single location or home? No. Unless they are already a unit in the household, they are not allowed to do that because this is a stay-at-home order. We have some more questions here. What is in the inspiration package, like very specifically? Well, you know when you'll find that out, don't you? The evening of Friday, April 17th, and it will be specific. Next question. If there are essential workers on our team, can they film on their way or at their job? That is an interesting question, and the answer is sure. As long as they're essential workers, they can film on their way to work or at their job. And again, this is the kind of thing that should go on Matchup. Maybe you're looking for essential workers who are also actors or editors or directors of photography. Now, they cannot be coming to your house. They have to be in the process of fulfilling their essential job, but there's nothing that says they can't be doing something else in addition to that, as long as it's not interfering with it. Here's a question. What is the current cost to join this year's challenge? It is $25 for your entire team. What is the plan for the screening and awards ceremony? These will be discussed later, but it will largely be digital and online. Will there still be a kickoff ceremony live stream, or will it just be an inspiration package email? No, there will be a kickoff ceremony. We'll have rounds of questions. We'll hear from the prize sponsors. We're going to do our best to recreate online the real-world experiences for those who have done SATO48 before, but also make it interesting, exciting, and valuable for new filmmakers who are joining this year. If you live in a remote area, are you permitted to drive to an area that has better access to bandwidth to upload your video? That would be no, unfortunately, because that is not essential travel, and this is a stay-at-home order. So start thinking about that now in terms of the bandwidth you have, and make some kind of provisions and know what the time limit is, because we really have to be clear that it's not just as a fulfillment of SATO48, and it's not just because these are stay-at-home orders that we need to abide by. It's that it sends the wrong signal to other people if they see you out doing things that aren't essential. In light of the 6 feet guidelines and the stay-at-home orders, can more than one person be seen on camera at a time if they are within 6 feet of each other? Basically, can we get our team in the same location and work together? No. We've answered that many times, and I appreciate your asking it. I wish we had a better answer for you. If you can figure out a way to have both characters on the screen at the same time without being in the same place, unless they're in the same household, then you've got a creative coup, and you should run with it. Oh, so how will the Friday launch happen? So again, this will be all online. You'll log on. We'll be sharing the link to that at the probably 15, 30 minutes beforehand, and we will march through the agenda just as we've done in previous years. And for those of you who are new, we cover the form in detail. We answer questions as we go along. We look at the different prizes, and the finale is, of course, the release of the inspiration package. Again, a question about how much it costs to register. It's $25 for your entire team. My team works as an essential business, so we are regularly coming together anyway. Can we not just stick around after work and make our film at work? As long as you are absolutely abiding by the stay-at-home and social distance guidance, yes, that's an advantage that you have. If my team is unable to participate in light of the stay-at-home order, is it possible to get our registration fee back? The registration fee is for your participation in SATO48. And as we've laid out here, there is no reason that you cannot participate. Will it be more of a challenge? Yes. Will all your team members have to be remote? Yes. But your $25 registration also gives you access to the screenings, to watch the other films, to participate in peer review, to attend the awards ceremony, and eventually, when things get back to normal, attend and participate in the after party. So the answer is no. How are you going to stop me from filming some of my film ahead of time? Every year, we have not been able to stop people from filming their film ahead of time. But know this, there are no secrets. Someone will know that you filmed your film ahead of time, and when they let us know, then we have to investigate it. And if we find it to be true, then we can't screen your film. If you happen to have won an award, we have to take it away from you. Probably not physically, but in essence, and give it to someone who did not cheat.
It's your integrity.
And it is your integrity. This is an industry where you're really just as good as your last project, and everything is on your name. So you don't want to sully your name. I'll tell a brief story. When I was working on television shows in Los Angeles, no one ever spoke bad about anyone else. But if you were asked to recommend someone and you knew that they were not a good person to team with, to play with, you didn't say anything bad about them. All you said was, "Who else is on your list? What are you going to do? Come to my house and stop me? Also, how would you even prove it?" All good questions. Let's hope we don't have to find the answers to them. Okay, I think that is all the questions for right now. I'm just double checking. And again, that last question, that's been an issue every year. So this is no different. Refreshing the email.
Talk about the importance of other things. Don't we go downtime? Keep talking.
Yeah, so I've been instructed to talk about the importance of other things. For example, oh wait, here I see another question. Just one moment.
Downtime, keep talking.
So this question is, okay, is the 2-actor requirement still active even under lockdown? Now this is a distinction, and it's a subtle one, but if you'll read the rules, it's not 2 actors, it's 2 characters. So you can have 1 actor playing 9 characters. That's the distinction. So that isn't even affected by the global lockdown. So let's talk a little bit about matchup now. We really encourage you to use this, especially this year, as a way to find team members that can bring a lot of production value to your production, but safely and remotely. So please go to Matchup. You find it on SATO48.com. Again, after the 3 horizontal lines, it says Matchup SATO48. That is for if you have a team and are looking to add people to it, or if you want to join a team. Let people know about the skills and talents you have. Maybe your household has an incredible high-speed internet connection, and you want somebody to know that. And so there was a question earlier about upload speeds. Now, I know that doesn't really apply here because how am I going to upload it to somebody who has a faster upload speed? But it's just these different aspects of thinking about what is newly important or what has never been important before and now suddenly is. Think about what you have to offer and what you would love to have, again, that falls under the safely, remotely, responsibly category, and put that up on Matchup, because that could be a great resource for you improving the overall quality of your production. Look for writers, people who are clever within tight, constrained settings and production capabilities can still come up with amazing stories. Peer review this year, I'll briefly touch on that. The way this is going to work is it will be a numerical system when you're watching the screenings for the first time.
It's only for people who participate and pay the money.
And it's only for participants of SATO48. So you'll be being reviewed by your peers. How it will happen is you will be receiving an email invitation and a password code, and this will take you to a website, not an app. It's not something you have to download on your phone. And you will see on your phone a list of the films that are in your block. And as each film plays on your computer or device, you will watch it, you'll pause, go to the rating system. There'll be 5 different criteria. And you will have 5 different sliders to say how you felt about what that film accomplished in terms of its maybe plot twist or whether it nailed the genre. And you'll hit submit, and then the next film will load into your system. The next film will load into your system. And from there, you will have a chance to watch that next film, pause it, and do your rating. And then at the end, when you've watched all the films, just hit submit. So that's the numerical portion. Then, after the awards ceremony, I hit my mic again. After the awards ceremony, you will have a chance to, in a peer review page forum, watch the films and click on the screen and leave a written comment to the filmmaker about a particular section. And people can reply to this. It can become a very nice forum and discussion. And I say very nice because there will be no anonymity. You will have to reveal your identity in terms of your email, which can only be attached if you're listed as a team member on the film. So producers, that means it's very important for you to be sure we have the name of every team member, their primary mobile phone number so we can contact them by text if necessary, and their email. The email is the way that they're going to gain access to the peer review so that it is not anonymous. Okay, we have some more questions here. Oh, someone wanted to know how I got to be so cute. I started out cute. One more question. All right, so this question, is there a list of awards and prizes? Yes, the awards are consistent year to year, and they basically follow the Academy Award style, which would be for direction, screenwriting, production design, sound, best film, best use of the inspiration package, two performer roles, two performer awards. This year is different. We are eliminating gender as a criteria. So it's not male performance and female performance as it has been in previous years. And for new filmmakers this year, it is lead performer and supporting performer. And that can be of either gender, of either one. So lead performer, again, on your team info form in the nominations section, you'll see that you give the name, and you do that by cutting and pasting the name from the list into that slot for the name of the actor and then or actress, and then a description of the character and the character name. We need that so that the selection committee members and the international judges know as they're looking at your film who it is that you're nominating for the lead and supporting performer roles. Also, you must upload a headshot of some kind to be eligible for this award. So get a headshot from your actors or have them take a selfie of them. It doesn't really matter what it is. It just needs to be a photograph of them, and that is one of the coded uploads on your uploads page.
And the prizes?
Oh, and prizes, right. Prizes every year change because this is the way that SATO48 gets the community involved. And there will be a list of prizes that we'll post on the frequently asked questions page so you can see a written description of each one. And at the kickoff, we will also describe each of the prizes and their criteria. Okay, I'm refreshing to see if there are any new questions. Another aspect of this year that we're really excited about is the idea that the community is going to come together in a very unique time. And we want this to be something we look back on and say, wow, we did some great work. We discovered some amazing things that we're actually going to carry forward into our next projects. In a way, the result is secondary to the fact that you're actually participating, actually stepping up and taking the challenge in a challenging time. That's the most exciting part. And that was the part for Joel and I personally that we were not willing to give up. We were not willing to stop and say no. We wanted to find out how to say yes and go forward. So we have some more comments here. Hold on just one second. Okay, so this is okay. It's very difficult to see where the questions are coming from. Here we go. Okay, so people want to know when and where do they pick up their chili? We're only delivering, and it's contactless, and we'll probably just throw it on your front porch. Not in a bowl, mind you. Just throw it on your front porch. So we'll go over all the prizes, and I would mention specific ones, except I don't have a list in front of me, and I would be embarrassed to. At the kickoff, we'll round up all the prizes in one place, but they are very exciting and new prizes this year that you'll really want to be a part of. Okay, a filmmaker says, I missed the beginning. Sorry if you answered it. How are you going to help fight for COVID-19 in the community during a lockdown? By everybody performing their tasks remotely. Get on it now. Learn Zoom, learn GoToMeeting, learn TeamViewer, learn whatever collaborating and connecting software you need to get your team together. This is especially for you producers. And then work with your DP. Find out how they're going to figure out how to direct someone with regard to lighting and innovative ways that if you know your character, if you know where your actors are living and and everyone is in a lockdown situation, what locations do the actor have in their home that might creatively help the storyteller, the writer, tell that story? It is going to be complicated. It's going to be complex and it's going to be challenging, but it's also going to be exciting. And as far as taking your mind off something, this is all you'll need to think about between now and the filming weekend is how to make it happen. Oh, someone says it's good to see me even in a digital way. I agree. My question is, have you load tested your website? Because I'm afraid if we all start uploading large files at once during the last remaining hours, then our upload speed will be hindered and the website would go down. O'Reilly tech guy next to me has this concern. Thank you very much. You are a rock star. Okay, well, anybody who says that, I'll allow them to do anything they want. You can get around the work-a-day, the stay-at-home orders. Anybody who calls me a rock star, oh, that wouldn't be fair. No, that's illogical and unethical and just wrong. Now I'm going to answer the question because I'm getting the hurry up symbol from my producer. So the uploading of the film is entirely through Dropbox. So you're not uploading to the SATO48 website. Experiment with the link that's on your uploads page and you'll see you go directly to Dropbox. So we have the backbone of Dropbox coupled with your internet speed ability. So that should not become an issue. But again, something to practice. Uploading big files, how long does it take? I'll tell you the thing that's going to crash the website is all these compliments I'm getting. Next question. Out of curiosity, why have the Best Male and Female Performance Awards consolidated this year? Not consolidated.
Because they have all male team or all female?
Right. There's a few reasons. First of all, we've had all male teams and all female teams before, and so they were penalized by not being able to nominate someone in the other category. Now you can nominate a man and a woman, two women, two men, a they and an it. It really doesn't matter. Whatever you want to nominate, you can nominate in the lead and supporting categories. Okay, so that looks like to be the last question. We have 20 more minutes. We obviously don't have to use it all if there are no more questions. I'll just speak for a few more moments about the overall, some of the things that we're planning. I was in the middle of peer review. So the peer review, the second portion, which we're calling peer review forum, will give you the ability to watch the films and actually click on the video at the point where you are interested in making a comment and then make that comment in a sidebar. And those can be replied to and responded to. So we feel like this is a way, the first portion is numerical, just kind of a snapshot about how people felt in their first viewing of the film. And then the second half, the forum part, the peer review forum, is where you can get more detailed feedback, excuse me, about what your film, the effect the film had on the audience. Maybe people are giving tips to one another about lighting or sound or just giving a thumbs up to people when they really loved some moment. Okay, it looks like we may be at the end of our questions. We really appreciate everyone taking the time to join us here for this Q&A. Obviously, if you think of questions or continue to have them, use the Contact Us page. We're eager to be sure that you guys feel supported. Oh, I know what I wanted to mention. Go to the Frequently Asked Questions page. Let me just look at my notes here. Go to the Frequently Asked Questions page, and you'll see we've put together some remote filming pro tips. And these are largely from our international judges, but also from filmmakers who have some experience in this. And they give advice on how to direct actors, how to create music, how to be a great director of photography and be inventive in the ways you find locations. Read those pro tips, and as more come in, we'll keep adding to them. We're also creating a number of how-to videos to really walk you through the new process, and we hope you feel improved process of participating in SATO48 and making sure that your nominations and every person on your team really get the recognition that they deserve. Okay, so that's all that we really needed to cover in this Q&A live stream. If you don't have any more questions, I'm going to refresh the email one more time to be sure that you don't. And again, that's just for this period. If you think of questions, please contact us through that page on the website. We'd love to answer them. Flock to Matchup. Get out there what you want, your dream team, remote dream team, make that happen. And we will be posting how-tos to the registered filmmakers and also on Facebook and Twitter, so you can watch those.
And we'll let them know when the kickoff is going to be through email.
And it will be on April 17, definitely the kickoff, and through email and postings, we'll let you know the exact time. And it'll probably largely be, as this was, 15 to 30 minutes before we'll post the link. We'll also be... you'll be getting a MailChimp email invite, and we want you to click on that link when you're ready to join the meeting, and this will help us keep track of whether or not we have a quorum and which filmmakers are present and which maybe need a couple more minutes to join. As we did in the real world when we were all getting together, we didn't start right at 7. We waited. If some filmmakers were on their way to the meeting, we would call them, so that's why we need phone numbers as well. We hope you all found this an uplifting, if realistic, take on what it's going to take to make a great film in SATO48-2020. And as again, it's in the title, it is a challenge, and we know you're up to it. Thank you.